Hey, what's up, guys? I actually I decided not to apply for the supervisor position because I feel like it was a waste of time. Like I wanted it at first, but then the people that I would have to work with, the team, like the ones that I told you about, like the ratchets and everything else, like I know I would have had to deal with them, and it's just like I don't feel like it would have worked out in the end. So, I mean, now I don't want it because there'd be more stress associated with it. But I actually wanted it a few weeks ago. And it's just like, it feels like, why do people who act that way, like Ratchet, get first pick? Like, I don't understand how a lot of people just follow behind them. Like, even management, it feels like they just like follow behind them and they can sit around and do whatever. And they start, like, if you're not in that little crew, it's just like favoritism. Like, if you're not in that little crew, then they're not gonna, even acknowledge the fact that you work actually harder than a lot of the people in there. Like a lot of them bullshit and stay off stay off what they're supposed to be doing. But like I'm not saying I'm not acting like I'm perfect or anything like that. I'm not obviously. It's just like when you come to work and people and you work harder than different people. Like when you know it, like inside yourself, and no one can take that from you, and the other people know too. And then they intentionally like it's just like none of that means anything because so and so is friends with so and so, so and so is a higher up, and so is going to promote the other person, and like the other person has a better chance is what I'm trying to get at it. Even if you applied, so it wasn't a promotion or whatever. It's just like I don't know. I just feel like it just would have been a waste of my time. Like I feel like favoritism would have played a role in it, and I didn't want to. It's like why waste my time if I feel like they're not going to be fair. So I feel like if I do advance, it'll be in another direction, like another department, which we do have, where I probably wouldn't have to come in contact with those people. But it'll be way off in the future because I had to miss some days because I went to the doctor. So speaking of, actually, this past weekend, I went with my the landlord for my house. He's still currently here. He took us actually all to Wekiva Falls. I think that's in the park. I'm not sure. And including my other roommate. So it was three of us. My other roommate, the one I've been telling you about, the landlord who owns the house, and then me. And we all went to Wekiva Falls, and we actually had a good time, believe it or not. So we drank and all this other stuff, but it was a lot of people there. So I didn't really get in the water because I don't even own a swimsuit right now. So I don't really do water like that. And they kept asking me, "You should learn how to swim," and I'm just like, "No, I don't. I don't want to learn how to swim any." It's just I'm not really a water person, so I feel like it would be a good skill to have. Obviously, being able to swim, and so a few of their work buddies, you know, showed up, and we just sat there and we enjoyed it. It's beautiful out there. You can actually, I don't know. There's a bar if you walk all the way down to the like down past the lake. The water's like up to you. I think the highest point it goes it's like up to your knees, but you can walk all the way down there and get a drink and just chill and watch the boats come in. But it's a little, I wouldn't go there unless I was in like a group. It is a little, I don't know, there's some things I wouldn't do. It's just like I don't know, it could be more diverse. Like you wouldn't catch me there by myself, but I just guess like I guess like I felt like being social today. I guess with my I don't know my landlord, and I wanted to get out of the house. And since I don't have a car, I figured that'd be the best way to do it. But my coworker did end up coming over later that night, and all of us sat as my landlord made food and stuff like that for that weekend, and it was actually pretty good. But that's another thing. So that happened this past weekend. I think Mother's Day is coming up. I don't think it already passed, but I have an amazing mother, and I really really love her, and she's awesome. But happy Mother's Day to any of the, if you guys have any mothers. I'm sure you have mothers that are still, here with us. But even if you don't, happy Mother's Day to them. But it's still, I love standing outside. It's so beautiful. I just got tired of sitting in that freaking chair, so I wanted to, I guess, give you guys something else. It's still kind of like the neighborhood and all that shit. But maybe one of these days I'll do a moving vlog where I'm like showing people like everything else and going to different places. But anyways, yeah, happy Mother's Day to them. I might be early for the Happy Mother's Day thing, but yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the the mothers out there. I'm not a mother yet. Someone asked me that, they're like, "Oh, happy Mother's Day to you. You know, if you have kids." And I was like, "Oh, not yet." But I went, "Happy Mother's Day to you," like early Mother's Day, because I was speaking with someone like that I was dealing with a customer. And she said Happy Mother's Day, and so yeah, I didn't say I had kids because I don't. But you know, it's a thought that counts, I guess. But anyways, when I was coming back from the doctor this morning, I went to the cardiologist to return my Holter monitor just to make sure. You know, they said everything looked okay at the hospital, but you know, so I went there because I was feeling shortness of breath, and I just kind of felt weird, and I just wanted to make sure I was okay. So I had to wear the Holter monitor for about I had to wear it for 24 hours, so I had it on at work the other day, but I had like a big shirt on so nobody could tell it was there. So I returned it this morning, and as I'm waiting for the Uber outside, I'm approached by a he's coming up towards me, a male, and he's talking, and then I kind of figured I knew what he was on because he walked like directly in front of me. I tried to act like I didn't see it, so I'm just like you can kind of tell when someone's coming up to you just to be like creepy. And he asked me, "Oh, is this the medical center or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, like yeah," because at that point I wasn't sure why he had come up to me. Before I answered his question. He could legitimately have a question, and I don't have a problem with people asking questions, like legit questions. And then he just kind of like walked behind me, and I could tell he was watching me. I just wanted that. I just wanted that Uber driver just show up. I just don't like when people hover. Like it's weird when certain people just hover around you. Like they're just trying to figure out something else to say to you just so that they have an excuse to. I don't know. It's just weird because this dude was really really old. Like it's just like when creepy old dudes do it. I get a perv vibe. Like it's just weird. Like just hovering. Like when it's weird though, because and you can't even get mad at me because it's just weird. I don't know, but yeah, the Uber driver took me home, obviously. So here I am. I'm still saving up for a car. I feel like I'm a lot closer, you know, and everything seems to be going. Everything else is, it's life. I'm dealing with it, but yeah, I definitely look forward to speaking to you all again, and there's definitely more to come. So, Benny Sunshine, stay posted.